All right, so today we're going to Leesburg Bike Week in Leesburg, Florida. Um, it's actually one of my favorite moto events because it's actually really family friendly and there is a lot of good music. So, gonna go check it out.
Ride a motorcycle with me.
All right, so being a Central Florida event and my family actually also living in Central Florida, I figured it was only appropriate to invite them to probably one of the most family-friendly bike week events that you could actually have. I think Leesburg does a really good job about making it family-friendly during the day. There is a point during the evening where you can see that the kids are going home and only the adults are staying. But I happen to invite my dad, which is a huge reason I ride anyway, and my aunt and my boys. So while typically I very much enjoy the solo riding, I figured to take advantage of such a beautiful day here in Florida, a really great family-friendly event, and actually have my family with me while I ride on out to it. So I know my aunt actually doesn't really do too many motorcycle events. It's only been since she's been dating her boyfriend, and they're super, super cute together anyway. So getting her to be more used to some of these motorcycle events has been really great. So I'm excited to get on out here. And my kid has been to this event since he was itty bitty, and he actually really loves it too. So so come check out Leesburg Bikefest in Leesburg, Florida with me. So just like Main Street in Daytona, guys, it gets wild, and motorcycle parking can be kind of a bitch at certain times. And you can see this is, guys, it's like 9 a.m. and people are already here. So we're early birds anyway, so it actually kind of makes it helpful. But I figured take advantage, and hopefully we can find some decent parking here, as at least as a group. But we'll see. I know. I know I like to have actual street parking here versus the there's plenty of lots that you can pay for, but coming in early allows any of the center line parking for the most part, or even better, a little side parking and easy pull in. So, however, I think I'm going to need a push in a second. Let's see. Can straighten her up and get myself where I would like to be. Need to make room for 3 bikes over here, so. And I'm going to borrow this kid. Made it to Leesburg. It's a little early, but there's still a shit ton of people here. Got it. All right, so Leesburg, Florida is actually a really small, cute little town. I mean, it's grown a lot in the last like 10, 20 years. But the reality is it's still a very small town, and their main street is kind of tiny. So them having this really awesome event in downtown Leesburg is really great. It does bring lots of local vendors. Like there's a hot sauce guy and some, lady that does like, I think it's like moonshine, like fudge or something like that. But it's really nice because it's a lot of local ones. I mean, of course, bike events, you're going to have the big name vendors, or at least to a certain degree, not necessarily on this small of a scale, but like Suspension Technologies is here, and there's some audio guys. So the things you expect, but also the local guys, and I love it.
Yeah, I think that's what I thought too.
And they said they were by the, they were doing the catering, so it would be by the stage. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
All
just
right,
a different stage.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
and
best.
Cool down 5 degrees, isn't it?
Yes. Maybe 10.
Hey, dude, the purple hair.
Oh, hey, honey, how are you? Grab.
So I don't drink, but the cool thing about Leesburg is they have roped off where you can actually drink on the street, and people seem to like that. So plenty of options, guys. Plenty of options. All right, so speaking of local joints, Limmy's just opened, and this Italian ice is like fabulous. You need to check it out if you're in Leesburg.
All right, so the best part about Leesburg is it's like every type of bike. There's no hate here. Whether you ride a Harley, or an Indian, or a trike, or a little Honda Monkey, everybody's here.
It's a little early, but let's see what they got for bike show picks.
It's like as tall as my waist. This is beautiful.
Oh, it got blue.
I love the paint. That's so pretty. It's a hell of a before and after too.
He said, hey, listen, it's going to get hard.
And I have so many of my students that say our U-turn box is too small with their little tiny training bikes, and look at these guys. But this is also where a lot of real skill comes in, is low speed maneuvers. I know everybody always likes to think that, oh, I can go fast, and probably in only a straight line. I mean, some of y'all have been taking some curves a little aggressive, but whatever. But real speed or real skill is not within speed. It's a lot of times this lower speed stuff. It's pretty amazing what some of these guys and some of these drill teams actually do, and the amount of like time and practice and just effort put in. I really appreciate these guys. They're surely having fun doing their thing, aren't they? So, and I love this. There's one of these guys. I think the blue bike is scraping a whole lot, and it's I don't know. I've always gotten so much crap about my road glide being low, and she scrapes a lot. But whew, I don't know. If you can handle it and you can control the bike, that's kind of still the point. So these guys are really impressive. I think it said they're from like Lauderdale. But there's a lot of these drill teams all around, so just something cool to check out when they're in the area.
Moved up to 118, I can still do it. Punch hard goes here, headlines go back here. Nothing changes. Extra weight means absolutely nothing. But I'm sure there's a lot of wise guys out here in this crowd, and they're saying, yeah, but look how skinny she is. What happens if your wife, maybe she is kind of big boned, you know what I mean? And she weighs more than you. What do you do?
As
then?
usual.
You can't possibly handle a bike like that.
Misogynistic
If the passenger
beer.
weighs more than the rider. Well, let me show you that's not the case. Come on out here, man. Stay there.
Back.
Nope.
What's this chick supposed to be? The big boned one?
No, Tim, I want you on the back of the bike because you weigh twice as much as her. Switch places, quickly. Quickly now, they don't have all day. You like that because it's dangerous. But Tim, this is a safety-oriented show, so hold on. I want you to find something to hold on to. There you go. Oh, all of a sudden, it doesn't look so bad on the back of that bike. All right, just having enough fun.
So we're gonna head out and I think head up Gator Harley. Gator Harley does their, I guess they call it their own Gator Bike Week. It's kind of cute, but they have a pretty good setup over there. So it's always good to leave Leesburg and then it's like 2 miles down the street. So we're gonna go check them out. And Gator Harley's where I bought my road glide, so I always like coming back there. Anyway, some good guys. For when I work on stuff.
She wrote it here. She needs out. I put paper. She's right around.
We'll get the bedroom ready.
Every color leather you can just think of, right? Every color. right, so it is a little after lunchtime, and we decided to go to probably one of my most favorite local hangs. So the Leesburg area has plenty of cool little like mom and pop shops to eat and like just cool places to just hang out. But I love Lake Harris Hideaway. I'm sad that when I had a boat, I actually never took it over to Lake Harris, but it would have been cool to ride the boat, or I guess drive. I guess you drive a boat. You ride motorcycles, you drive boats, you drive cars. But it would be cool to drive the boat up and dock and hang out here for a little while. But they always have live music, some good people. During bike week and stuff, be kind to your servers. These people work so hard, and they're a small place and normally not super busy during the rest of the year. So please be kind to them, because it's going to take a little longer and they're going to have a modified menu during events. But absolutely love this place. All right, as always, Lake Harris was fabulous. And I think we're going to take advantage and ride a little bit extra. And I think it's still probably a great idea to head back to Leesburg tonight. So one of the other big draws to Leesburg, at least for me, is they typically have some decent bands that are worth seeing. So we're going to head back. Tonight is actually going to be some dad rock, which I guess, to be honest, is kind of what they normally have around here. But we have Lit and Fuel, and I've actually never seen either of them live. So free concert at Leesburg, and even better, I got to ride my motorcycle. So now to find decent parking again. So much easier at 9 a.m., but here we are at 8 p.m. And here we go. Cool. I think. Now the challenge of being short and not really actually liking being around people, to find somewhere decent to stand to see and hear this music. Always an adventure.
You make me complete. You make me completely miserable. Stuck to a chair, watching this story about me.
going to consider this a pretty successful Saturday at Leesburg Bikefest. If you guys are in the area for late April, Leesburg's where it's at, so come check it out, guys. But I'm heading home. That's also the other best part is easy day trip.